We're back this week, full roster. Welcome to OPS. We got the whole gang back.
I'm
Adam,
back and better than ever.
Adam, you can show them what you had on right before.
Dude, I mean, if we want to go through the whole stash.
No, we don't want to go through the whole stash.
Yeah,
I got my champagne goggles. We don't want to, Tom, you don't want to go through the whole stash?
No, I'm fine. Thank you, though.
No.
You don't want to go through the whole stash?
Not really.
Please put it.
We got some broken bats. It's a good collection.
It-
How about
it
this?
is
We
a
can
good
do
collection.
something once a week. We can get one item.
All right,
My item for the week.
it's like show and tell. You get to show off one item.
Yeah, show and tell. All right. Kurt Suzuki, broken bat, game used. Lots of pine tar, so I probably won't touch that. Yes, broken. I actually don't know where it's broken. Oh, it's broken in the handle. So
Very cool looking.
Very
I
cool.
like the butt end of it.
It's an axe bat.
That's cool.
It's a new way to make bats. I don't know.
Is it like
Never used one.
preference at that point?
What?
Is it like preference at that point? Like
Yeah, it's just preference at that point. What feels comfortable?
That seems weird just because an axe is a very overhead motion and hitting a bat is more lateral,
Yeah.
but I guess it works.
I guess so.
Yeah. So
How'd Kurt do that last year? Besides the point.
yeah, we're Kurt says you will not be discussed until March on OPS. So let's jump right into college football. So I'm no longer just going to read out the top 10. I'm going to read out the top 6 because
That's what's relevant.
that's what's relevant now, especially with the selection show being on Sunday, and championship weekend being this Saturday. So Alabama, Notre Dame, Clemson, Ohio State, that didn't change. Texas A&M at 5, that didn't change. Iowa State got bumped up to 6 after Florida. Wow.
They blew it. They blew it.
Florida blew it.
Yeah, Florida
just.
They absolutely blew it. Unexcusable. We're in college sports, so I mean, losing in a way that like is equitable to that in rowing at least it's a tough way to swing it, but like I don't know, but like I can't even imagine how mad I would be at my team.
It would be like the only like thing I can imagine is like someone like cussing someone out from across the lane, and even that would not result in like basically the automatic disqualification that it would be something like not like I just can't imagine what would go through my mind to make me want to like take someone's shoe off and throw it.
Yeah,
I understand heat of the moment, but yeah, I mean you're playing for college football playoffs.
Yeah, you be smarter than that, man.
Like, you got to use your head at sometimes.
Inexplicable. I saw something, I believe it was either on Twitter or Bleacher Report, rumor that Texas A&M and Ohio State could be swapped in terms of 5 and 4.
So you're saying like no matter, so are you saying if Ohio State loses to Northwestern, or are you saying no matter what?
Let me look it up to confirm it. But
I would need them to lose to Northwestern. You have to. Northwestern, they lose to Northwestern, you have to switch them.
Yeah.
If they don't lose to Northwestern, then you probably should.
You can't put a 1-loss 6-game Texas A&M, but like Texas A&M is just kind of like they haven't really. They're going to play Tennessee, and I guess they're just going to whomp Tennessee to be like, oh, look, we can play. But it's just going to be.
It said
they don't have the best resume.
It said that college football playoff chair Gary Barta told reporters on Tuesday that there was some discussion, but really not a lot of discussion about flipping the 5-0 Buckeyes with the number 5 Aggies. So coming from the playoff commissioner himself, he said not a lot, but it's interesting that he put that out.
If he mentioned it, that meant there was enough that it was
notable.
I mean, it's something notable.
Yeah. And I actually agree with you guys where I think I would need to see them lose to Northwestern.
Yeah. So I think if the most interesting scenario here, because like there's definitely a good chance, like I feel like most probable is it stays the same. Or actually no, Clemson goes down to Notre Dame goes down to 4, and it's like Alabama, Clemson, Ohio State, Notre Dame.
They should
Would
no if Clemson beats Notre Dame, like it depends. It all depends on the
No
score.
chance. They can't have
It depends on
they
the
can't have a one-loss a one-loss Clemson and not a one-loss Notre Dame.
Yeah, because
No. I'm saying I'm saying the seeds. I'm not saying the 4. I'm
Yeah.
saying
Oh well, yeah.
if Clemson beats Notre Dame by like like a 1 score, like 2 score, like 10 point game, then they stay. They'll just
They'll
switch.
just switch. Okay,
And
that
then,
makes sense.
but if Clemson blows Notre Dame's doors off, then like maybe then you'd probably go put them down to 4.
Yeah, I think.
But I think it would take a convincing win to move Clemson and Notre Dame. They're gonna play 3 times probably.
What I think the most interesting scenario, I think, is like Notre Dame beats Clemson, Ohio State loses to Northwestern, and then Alabama loses, and then it's like the most chaotic.
Anytime you can get chaos in college football,
you could have. I think Alabama's going to destroy Florida. So like, but I'm saying Ohio State loses and Notre Dame beats Clemson, then you've got like possible like 2 spots open, and it's anyone's game really.
Yeah, I think the most realistic change where one of the 4 who's in falls out is Clemson losing, Texas A&M going in, barring a loss to
Tennessee.
which I don't see happening, but because
no, me neither.
But otherwise, I really don't. I think Clemson is going to beat Notre Dame, and I think it'll be the same 4, just in a different order. So with that, we're going to be picking 2 games this week, so special.
Okay.
Before that, I would like to apologize to Adam because I was insistent that he was wrong, and I was.
Yep. The tale of the tape. The tape never lies.
Tape does never lie.
Tape, and I was wrong in referring to the tape, or the tape I told you to refer to went in your favor, so that's a clown move.
That's
on
true.
me. If I could find if this was FaceTime, I'd put the clown emoji on my on myself.
You can do things like that, can't you? Can't you do filters, or is that like a different?
I feel like that's
reaction. Oh wait, I'll give you a reaction. Ta-da! There you go. Do you see my?
Neither of us saw that.
No.
When are we getting Dave Gee on, and maybe we can teach him how to raise his hand in Zoom?
I actually texted him like 5 minutes before we started, asking him if he wanted to hop on. He hasn't answered, but
maybe he'll pop on.
Dave Gee and I are in like a constant form of communication about the Bills. Like throughout the week, it's just like dragged out. Like we each answer like individually, like throughout the hours, and it's actually quite entertaining. Like he texted me about the uniforms we were wearing yesterday, and I was, is that Gronk?
No, this is
it's Fitzmagic. Obviously,
Fitzmagic.
Yeah, should have known.
Obviously, Fitzmagic.
I couldn't see behind Tom's massive
inordinately large head.
My head is not that inordinately large compared to the rest of me. It's just large. Like,
there you go. That's fair.
Inordinately large head.
All right, Aaron, what are the games we're picking this week?
We're picking Oklahoma versus Iowa State. Oklahoma is favored by 5.5, and we are picking Clemson versus Notre Dame, and Clemson is favored by 10.
Oh,
that's like way too big. I feel like that's way too big for what it is.
That's like I would 100% not bet on that game. I won't bet on any of these games.
You always the stay away games are always like the second time a team plays each other too. Yeah. The teams play because there's always so much up in the air.
Yeah.
Because like they figure each other out, but like players come back. There's just so many variables that come in.
Yeah.
Also, I have breaking basketball news. If I can break it.
Okay.
Can you break it?
There were reports that Ben Simmons was on the trading block for James Harden. And Daryl Morey, the GM of the 76ers, has gone out and refuted that the Sixers are not trading Ben Simmons.
And said that they are not, or said
they will not trade Ben Simmons.
Okay.
Okay.
hard news is
Breaking
crazy.
news. That's your breaking news. Sorry. Anyway, we can
So,
go back to our.
I'm going to pick in Oklahoma, Iowa State. I'm picking Iowa State. I think Iowa State is rolling right now.
Iowa State frauds, big time frauds. Should
Iowa-
not even be in the picture there. I shouldn't have to hear their name.
There you go, Tom.
I don't agree with that. That's your bold take of the week. Iowa State has won their last 5. They beat a good Texas team. They beat a solid West Virginia team. Baylor, Kansas State, and Kansas all aren't good. They beat Oklahoma in their week 3 meeting Saturday, October 3rd. And I don't think Oklahoma is all that good. I think they're ranked very high, higher than they should be. I'm picking the Cyclones to
This
win
is like
the Big 12 title.
this is one of the worst like top 10 matchups like gotta be in a while.
Because what's Oklahoma?
Both these teams suck. Spencer Rattler sucks. He's gonna get benched for my man Caleb Williams next year.
That's true. Very true.
And so I'm gonna take Oklahoma. I mean, they've got Lincoln Riley. You know what? Oklahoma runs the Big 12. There's a lot to like. I mean, there's a lot to dislike about both, but there's more to like about Oklahoma. I think Spencer Rattler's. I don't love him. But Lincoln Riley, I mean, they've been there so much. I can't. It's hard to refute a team that's been there so much.
So in my opinion, Oklahoma just got off to a bad start, and they've like just done nothing but win since the Iowa State game. They've beaten the same teams. They beat Oklahoma State that Iowa lost to. And I just think, I just don't think there's any way Iowa State wins the Big 12. And also, I think it's really stupid that both of these teams are where they are, because I'm by no way saying Oklahoma's good this year. They're not. But neither is Iowa State. I do not buy into the hype there with them.
So next we got Clemson at Notre Dame. I was actually thinking about it after I said it, that Clemson is going to win, and I think I'm going to flip that because I think you guys think Clemson is going to win. I think it's toss-up, but
you're trying to get games back?
Yep, I'm only 1 game back. I got to fade you guys somewhere.
All right, I understand that. So now both of these teams are 9-1, with Notre Dame's 1 loss coming to Boston College, and I think it's going to be a close game, and I think
Wait, what?
Yeah,
Clemson lost in Boston College.
Notre Dame is 10-0.
No, Notre Dame lost to Boston College.
No, they didn't.
That's what you said would happen, right?
I wish.
No, you said it would happen. You guaranteed it, Sanine.
Oh, I was joking. I didn't sense the sarcasm.
I'm Tom.
You still owe us that, Adam.
I know.
Is that really what you want? Is that what you want right now?
No, not really.
We're gonna.
Adam, you're lucky that nobody wants to hear anybody talk about Boston College football.
In an episode where Tom and I are going to agree on a separate but equal punishment for you.
Good work.
That. And for your guarantee.
I'm blocking out the haters.
This guy. And you can't not live down your Vikings claim that they were going to make the playoffs.
Hey, the Vikings still can make the playoffs.
But if they don't, you have like a double punishment to live down.
Also, the Steelers were supposed to be undefeated, claimed Adam.
The Steelers suck though. The Steelers might not win another game.
Yeah. I thought they were going to go undefeated.
Okay, yeah, they could still go 15-1. Like they definitely could go.
They lost 2 games.
They can't go 15.
Or sorry, 14-2. 14-2. Realistically, they could go 14-2, and they would be like one of the worst 14-2 teams ever.
Oh yeah. But I'm going Clemson, but certainly by less than 10, because I think putting up, it was a boat race last game. It's going to be a boat race this game, just like back and forth.
I'm gonna say Dabo really gets the boys. Dabo is so annoying that I think he's gonna get the Clemson guys. Like,
He's
every year when Dabo starts going off on his rampage about the college football playoff and how he's like his team is disrespected all year.
yeah,
He's gonna start saying that how his team was disrespected all year.
When they're
And
number
that
one.
yeah, even when they're number one, they're like, oh, we're getting disrespected. And then
he's really good
they're
at
gonna
making
come
people
out
feel
and
disrespected.
I think they're gonna absolutely run train on Notre Dame.
Yeah,
I think
I-
they're gonna win by 12 plus.
12 plus.
All
I
right.
think I'll agree that
think they're
Dabo
gonna
is just really good at saying annoying things and
Yeah.
getting people fired up over absolutely nothing.
He's really
good at that.
He's really good at irritating people, but he's also really good at getting his own players irritated at other people.
Oh, well, yeah, that's all you need.
It works. It
Yeah,
works.
it does.
Does work. I'm not a big fan
Can't
of
argue the results.
So
No, I hate Dabo, but
it's
he
screen
gets the boys rattled up. So
it's screen sharing time. We got the NFL playoff picture weekly our weekly roundup. Adam, we're not going to do the playoff machine till the end because
Makes sense.
that took up way too much time and I had to
It took up so
back
much
to my notes. So we're just going to like roll through the playoff picture and then do the games.
makes sense.
It was a little bit of a pain last time, so we're not going to do that again.
Makes-
So the teams who already clinched as it's noted here, Kansas City won the West, Steelers won the North, Saints won the South, and Packers won the NFC North. Now, if you look here, here's the second best team in the AFC, the Buffalo Bills, sitting at 10-3, and then the Tennessee Titans at 9-4. The Browns, who put up a better fight against the Ravens than I thought they were. I thought they were going to get rolled.
That was a great game. That was
an excellent game. Lamar.
That was like that Rams Chiefs game 2 years ago.
Yeah, the play where Lamar came in on fourth down and threw a bomb. I was like, like, as much as we rip him, like that was a nice play.
Yeah. Yeah. I would. I think he did better than I expected.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. The NFC East, it's starting to really heat up, and I'm getting a little worried.
I'm less worried than I was a week
Oh no,
ago.
I'm now more worried.
Interesting.
Because the Eagles beat the Saints, and I'm like, I was not expecting that.
Okay, but I don't think the Eagles have it. That was just like when you fire a head coach and you get that 1 game bump from the interim. It's
but
like
what
that.
about but the Cardinals, they're not really that impressive.
Cardinals need to fight.
The Cardinals could drop the ball, and then the Eagles could be 5-8-1, and we could be 6-8, and I wouldn't be feeling great.
So before we get into the NFC, we'll just go over the last couple seeds in the AFC. Colts 9-4, Miami 8-5. Not as good as originally
I guess not.
told to me.
I mean, being
They're
8-5 is pretty good for them.
They're in the rearview mirror now. I am not at all worried about Miami. Baltimore sitting at the 8 seed at 8-5, though I think they have a better chance of making it than Miami given their schedules.
Yeah.
And the Raiders,
Jaguars up next.
And the Raiders, who are just like at this point, like they're like the 3 kids in the trench coat, like pretending to be a full adult. Like the Raiders are awful. Like
they cannot get it together.
Yeah, not at all. And then in the NFC, you have the Rams at the 3 seed, and they will keep it because they play the Jets. And who's heating up a little bit. Well, not heating up. They're already hot. They've won 4 in a row. At 6-7, Seattle the 5 seed 9-4, Tampa the 6 seed at 8-5, Arizona the 7 seed at 7-6, and then it's a tragedy that the Vikings and Bears are still in the playoff picture at sub 500.
Are the Lions eliminated?
No, but the Lions are 5-8, and so are the 49ers, and so are the Giants. So I consider them all but out.
Well, the best part of all of those teams are still technically in the playoff picture because of how bad the NFC in general has gotten.
Yeah.
That's funny.
And normally the AFC is the bad conference. Like the AFC is the one with the 9 and 7 teams getting in all the time.
Yeah.
But oh my goodness, the wild card picture and the NFC East are all a mess. The NFC East isn't as tragically bad as we thought it was going to be. And
It's heating up.
They've all had some good wins. It's pretty weird.
Yeah.
I think the last week, every team in the NFC East won.
Except for the Giants. Giants got rolled.
I was so close. You're right. All right.
So
Right.
the Giants went from 4th in the conference to 12th. And Washington went from 12th to 4th. So,
it's all about the upward trend.
Got to know who to play too. Don't forget that.
That's true. I
so
don't hate our chances against the Seahawks.
let's
Not
look at
even
some
gonna lie.
scenarios
I don't
here.
hate them either. If
So-
we beat the Seahawks, it's over. We're going to the Super Bowl.
So the Bills will clinch a playoff berth or clinch the AFC East with a win over Denver, which they should get, a Miami loss, or God forbid a Buffalo tie and a Miami tie. That would be ugly.
Let's root for that one.
And the Bills clinch a playoff berth at the minimum with a Baltimore loss. We're not doing ties. Ties don't exist. Let's pretend they don't.
Ties do exist if
They
you're Doug
unfortunately
Peterson.
do exist. They should just go to a field goal kickoff to end the game.
That would be the worst way to end it.
It would be so fun though. You just start them at the 30, and then they keep going back 5 yards.
So Kansas City can get the 1 seed if both Pittsburgh and Buffalo lose, which, considering who they play, I don't
Unlikely.
think very likely.
Is Buffalo in the running technically for the 1 seed still?
They're 2 games back.
So
And
they need to win out, and everybody else needs
they
to
need
lose
to
out,
win- they
basically.
need to win out. The Steelers can only win one more.
And the Chiefs can't win anymore.
Yeah. The Chiefs would have to lose out because they would lose head-to-head with the Chiefs. The Steelers can – the Steelers are already in the play. They didn't win the North. I'm sorry.
No.
The Steelers can clinch the North with a win or a Cleveland loss.
Yeah.
The Titans clinch a playoff.
Don't forget Pittsburgh tie and Browns tie.
We're not acknowledging that, Adam. Absolutely not.
It's gonna
Statistically,
happen.
it's possible.
Tennessee gets in with a win and a Baltimore loss. Or
Oh my God! Please don't read that.
Yeah, I don't.
As it's a shame, as an English major, my brain was having an aneurysm trying to read that.
Well, it's like there's no real words there. It's just like
Yeah. So the Packers clinch, Saints got a playoff berth. The Rams get in to the playoffs if they win.
so that's looking good for them.
Yeah. New Orleans gets in or clinches the South with a win or a Tampa Bay loss. Seattle clinches a playoff berth if they win, and Tampa clinches a playoff berth if they win.
No.
If they
Tampa
win,
gets in with a win plus a Minnesota.
Chicago tie.
They need a tie.
Yeah, that one you actually have to talk about the tie. That's really weird because you need neither Minnesota or Chicago to get something in the win column.
Yeah,
I like that. That's
that's a unique scenario. I don't know if I've ever seen.
All of those were pretty realistic.
Yeah. I mean, I think the playoff picture will be pretty set, except probably the
NFC Beast.
yeah.
The NFC Beast.
Quick update: it looks like we're going to lose to Drexel
No.
by about 4. Team played well. Ryan Daly dropped 30 today, so that's
So good.
Fire.
I'll take it. I mean, it's not great, but we had 2 weeks off, so I'll take it.
So going into our game picks this week, Tom and Adam actually dropped a game this past week, which good for me, bad for them considering we've got 3 weeks plus playoffs left.
I don't know why I picked the Giants. I looked at that and I was like, I don't even remember picking the Giants, but I was
We
not.
were all drugged up.
I can't even use that excuse because I was not on drugs yet. So that was just my own brain.
So let's start with the game that we will be watching presumably after this. That starts in about 20 minutes or 10 minutes, 8 actually. Math isn't my thing. Chargers at Raiders. Raiders favored by 3. And these are two.
Bad teams,
I'm not going to
bad
call
coaches.
I'm not going to call the Raiders bad. I'm going to call them not good.
Just mediocre.
Yeah, and the Chargers are bad. So I think I take mediocre over bad here, especially at home. I'm taking the Raiders. It'll be their chance to get it together. The Chargers are the only team better than the Jets or the Bengals that they could have played to get their season back on track.
Yeah, or the Jaguars. I
Yeah.
think I'm gonna go. Yeah, I'm gonna go Raiders because I think the Chargers can't win at home. Win on the road. They're 1-5 away, and I think their one win was against Jacksonville.
No,
So-
it was against the Falcons.
Oh, the Falcons. No, did the Chargers beat the Falcons? Oh, they did. Yeah, I like barely watched that game because it was such a.
It was forgotten by Red Zone.
Each team was trying to give the other the game. It was actually quite funny. It was like Matt Ryan threw an interception, Herbert threw an interception, Matt Ryan threw an interception, and then the Chargers almost missed a field goal at the end of the game, or they almost fumbled the bag with the clock management.
Money Badger, baby.
Money Badger.
10 missed kicks this year, baby.
I hate him.
So,
Yeah, I'm gonna go Raiders.
Yeah, I'm going Raiders as well.
so we got a Raiders sweep.
Raiders sweep.
Buffalo, Denver. Guys,
Who cares? Bills.
Who cares? Bills, yeah.
before we
Oh yeah. We need to acknowledge last week.
we
That was what was the score of that game?
26-15 Bills.
I was gonna say the Bills deserve to win by even more.
Did you pick the Bills, Adam?
I did pick the Bills.
We all picked
Okay, I
Uh,
thought you picked against them. Sorry.
No, I picked the
Yeah,
Bills.
that was a good game.
The Bills are very impressive. They play a full game. Their
Which is
their
usually
defense
not
is
the
clicking.
they've started to play 4 quarters, which is why they've gotten so hot and why
Yep.
I now think they are I was thinking about it, and I really think there's only 2 teams in the NFL who I would worry about losing to right now, and that would be the Green Bay Packers and the Kansas City Chiefs. Other than that, anyone we play, I think we can beat them.
That's fair.
I think on
That's fair.
I think on offense, all cylinders are clicking on offense. Allen and Diggs are on fire. Allen and Beasley are on fire.
Good duo. Honestly, if you had to pick one quarterback wide receiver duo right now, you could make the argument that Diggs
No.
and Allen.
It's obviously Mahomes and Hill.
I think I even choose Mahomes and
Okay,
Hill.
you take Mahomes, Hill,
And then,
Rodgers, Adams.
Rodgers, Adams,
then Allen Diggs.
Allen.
Yeah,
Diggs.
I don't really have a third one.
You
then I
could
guess-
you could maybe say Russell Wilson, DK.
Eh,
But Russ is tailed off. Like
both of them
we-
are way too volatile. in
Yeah,
terms
too
of
volatile.
good
And
bad.
then Kyler Murray was better earlier this season with DeAndre Hopkins, but
Kyler
even
Murray's
that,
overrated. I'll say it. Someone need to say it. I'll say it. Kyler Murray's overrated. Everyone.
I
You're
think he's
far
hurt.
from
He's
the
hurt,
first
I think.
person to say that, but
I think he's hurt.
After Hail Murray, everyone was hailing him as an MVP.
I like Kyler Murray. I think he's just hurt. I think he got hurt in that like Seattle game with his shoulder. I think he's not been right since.
I don't think he's an MVP candidate like they were calling him out to be.
Maybe not.
well, that's
but,
just
He was
ridiculous.
but what about Alex Smith, Terry McLaurin? Hear me out.
Alex Smith hasn't gotten the
Uh,
ball to Terry McLaurin.
Now
What
you-
about Logan
Haskins.
Thomas to Terry McLaurin?
That's good.
guys? Dwayne Haskins is your answer for the next
God,
couple.
I'm
He-
terrified.
So bad.
85
It
yards
is
a game, baby.
I would
That's-
rather have a broken legged Alex Smith out there than
The last 2
Dwayne
drives
Haskins.
from Dwayne Haskins were so bad. They were like,
pathetic.
Who's ready for 11 out of 16, 72 yards and an interception?
if he doesn't throw
He
an
has a big
interception,
arm
I'll-
too.
if he doesn't throw an interception, I'll count it as a win. Like, if he
Is he
goes
starting
ele-
this week?
maybe I think Alex Smith is pretty good chance of playing, which would be very nice.
So Buffalo Denver is a Saturday game. That's awesome. We got some Saturday football, and then that's
I
followed.
love Saturday football.
Yeah, that's followed by Carolina at Green Bay. Buffalo's favored by 6.5, by the way. Green Bay is favored by 8.5 against Carolina at home. I think this is an obvious one. This should be a Packers sweep.
Oh, it's definitely obvious, but it's so weird that the Packers seem to always play these bad teams pretty bad at home.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
the Eagles, they let them stay in. The Jaguars, they let them stay in the game. I think obviously the Packers win, but
The
they want
Jaguars
to be.
the Jaguars have kept like almost all their games this year pretty like sneaky close.
Now they got
If the
Minshew Mania coming back.
Yeah,
True.
if the Packers want to like be a good playoff team, they need to keep these games close, because otherwise they're going to have trouble.
Yeah. So yeah, I assume we're all picking Packers there. Carolina's
Yeah.
not, especially with McCaffrey being
Or,
doubtful.
yeah, or Packers.
I don't think they play McCaffrey. They shouldn't.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
unfortunate.
there's no reason to risk it.
But I digress. Houston at Indianapolis. Colts are favored by 7.5. I don't think there's too much to deliberate here. Houston sucks.
Colts by more.
Colts are.
These are some kind of lame games so far.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't know. I don't hate the Texans still.
How can you not hate the Texans?
I don't know. I just feel like Deshaun Watson can keep them in it.
I don't know. I think that's how we all
I'm gonna
feel
ta-
about.
I'm gonna take the Colts, but I think the Texans will make it a game.
Adam, I think that's what everybody says about like Matt Ryan. They're like, oh, Deshaun Watson, Matt Ryan can keep him in it, but he
Deshaun
can't.
Watson is a much better talent than Matt Ryan is these days.
Fair.
Maybe.
Matt Ryan is, if you argue who is better in their prime, to this point,
You would have to argue Matt Ryan because he has won an MVP.
yeah,
And he's gone to the Super Bowl.
yeah.
So
I think Matt Ryan is better than people give him credit for, at least over his career.
He's going to be so forgotten because of like the past 3 years, though. I mean,
and well, you've also got Brady, Breeze, Manning,
he played in an
Rodgers.
unbelievable quarterbacks.
the quarterback renaissance, I think.
Yeah, and he was a good, he was a great quarterback, and he was a very good quarterback in a crop of excellent quarterbacks. So he just got the short stick there. If he played in the 90s, he would have been up there. He would have been remembered more fondly. Detroit at Tennessee. I actually couldn't find a line for this one, but I assume
ESPN says Tennessee 11.
Tennessee 11.
Yep.
I actually
Where is it? Where is it?
Tennessee. Detroit's really bad. I'm going Tennessee.
Detroit played Green Bay closer than I thought they would. I'm
Tennessee North.
still going Tennessee, but I think Detroit covers because I don't think Tennessee is all that good. I think they definitely got the game they needed to rebound from the Cleveland loss
Yeah.
with a bad Jacksonville team, and then they get a bad Detroit team. I don't think they see another test really until they play the Packers on Sunday night next week.
It's Tractor Cito season.
It is Tractor Cito season. He
Tom
gets
knows
better.
all about it.
He gets better and better.
He gets better and better with each week. Tom knows all about it. It's Tractor Cito season. I will ride the Titans probably the rest of the way, depending on. I mean, they're playing the Packers next week.
They're playing the Packers next week. Yep.
They're not gonna be the Packers, but like I'll ride them the rest of the season.
Packers defense is really bad. It'll be close, I think.
So next we got Tampa Bay at Atlanta. Tampa Bay is favored by 5.5. I don't see any way I pick Atlanta here, as Tampa was against Minnesota. Minnesota beat themselves in that game, by the way.
Oh
Well,
yeah, without those misses, I think it's Minnesota could have won.
Yeah.
Minnesota's not a bad team.
They're bordering
An
on
okay
bad,
team.
but they're okay. They're mediocre.
I'm very tempted to pick the Falcons for reasons unknown to me. Somebody talked me out of the Falcons.
Falcons.
Somebody tell me why the Buccaneers are going to win.
Because
I
the
can't.
Falcons lose everything picking the Falcons is almost
Tom.
out of an
Do
idea.
it.
Adam, we don't do that. Don't do
Do
that.
it.
Do that to him. Don't do that to him. Do it.
I think I'm gonna go Buccaneers, but I was close. Neither of you guys gave a good reason either way, but yeah, I'm gonna go
How is
Buccaneers.
the Falcons disappoint every time? Not a good reason.
Actually, no, Falcons, just because we have to have at least one difference, and looking down, chances are not large that we do.
Yeah, that was our first difference of the entire week.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take the Buccaneers because this will not be the difference. I looking at the week, there are some games I'll differ.
Jacksonville at Baltimore. Baltimore favored by 13.5. Baltimore by more. Jacksonville.
Baltimore by much more. No, actually, Baltimore by a little bit. The Jaguars keep it close.
We got New England at Miami. This one is actually quite compelling and one I'll be keeping my eye on. 2.5. Miami is favored by.
I'm gonna take the Patriots won week 1.
There's something about Belichick rookie quarterbacks. I'm taking the Patriots.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Patriots too.
I'm going Dolphins because I think the Patriots winning week 1 is almost more of a reason to pick the Dolphins because, well, first of all, the Dolphins always beat the Patriots at like the end of the season. It like always happens.
Yes,
That's true.
But Belichick terrorizes rookie quarterbacks. You saw
That's
it with
true.
Herbert. We've seen it over the course of his career. Herbert, he did it to Allen when Allen was a rookie. Sam Darnold, he's done it to all of them. And I don't think that changes here to his first time playing New England. That's why I also think Miami's going to lose week 17 to Buffalo. I think facing a defense in his first game in cold weather.
Okay. Miami's going to lose week 17 to Buffalo because the Bills are a better team overall.
Yes,
that's true.
Dolphins are a better team overall than the Patriots.
I could see the Bills resting week 17.
That depends on, because if they're in the contention for the 2 seed, then you don't rest. But if you're locked in the 3,
I mean, obviously, I'm saying if you're locked in the 3, I could see it happening.
Yeah. But I am taking New England, as is Adam. Tom is taking Miami. This is also another compelling one that doesn't really affect me, but Chicago at Minnesota. Minnesota is favored by 3. Minnesota played so last week, and I think Minnesota has a similar defense to Houston, as in they're bad. I think I'm actually going Chicago here.
The Bears starting 5-1 and then just
falling apart.
God knows.
Going 1-6.
God, it's like so embarrassing. I think the Vikings put up more of a fight in games than the Bears do. Because I think if the Bears see like any hint of like pushback, they kind of fold. So I'm gonna go Vikings because I think the two teams are pretty similar.
I'm riding with the Vikings.
Adam is legally obligated to ride with the Vikings.
You are obligated to ride with the Vikings.
But
he didn't ride with the Vikings last week?
No,
I didn't ride with the Vikings or the Steelers last week.
Though Adam did concede that Minnesota was not making the playoffs. So
I said it was very unlikely.
But now you're back on it for some reason after they've lost another game.
Well, they're playing the Bears. It's not like outrageous to say that they're going to beat the Bears.
That's true.
So next is Seattle at Washington. Seattle's favored by 5. You guys know I've picked Washington a lot. I am not picking them here.
No, you have to. You have to, Aaron.
Aaron, you have to.
I'm not.
Aaron, you have to.
You have to you have to manifest it. Adam and I can't believe in it because we have to hedge our bets, but you have to manifest it into happening, Aaron.
Aaron, every week what happens is you pick them to win and Tom and I pick them to lose and then they win. Aaron, for this, I would do this for you, okay? You're up by so much.
Okay, but hold on. Can I, because San Francisco is significantly worse than
Yes.
it is. Dallas
Yeah.
is significantly worse than San Francisco is, therefore being significantly worse than Seattle is. Every time I pick Washington and you guys don't, it's because they play a way worse team than Seattle.
Yeah, but Washington's so bad already. It doesn't even
We
matter
need you to
who.
believe in them.
You know what? Because I'm such a fantastic friend and a fantastic co-host, I will change my pick to Washington.
Thank you, Aaron.
There you
I'm
go.
going Seahawks, obviously.
I'm going
because
Seahawks as
Russell
well.
Wilson, DK Metcalf. Our defense cannot actually. Our offense can get 0 going, so it doesn't even matter that the Seahawks defense stinks. Obviously, any sane person would pick the Seahawks.
Yeah.
Next game.
Yeah,
Next game.
yeah.
Oh, also,
person making me
uh,
looking crazy.
a little news. Haskins got first team reps as Smith rests leg ahead of Sunday's game.
It's
No
fine.
clear decision.
It's
That was-
fine.
yeah.
They just want Haskins to be ready in case he needs to go in. Smith knows the offense. Alex Smith is starting.
So after being peer pressured into picking Washington, San Francisco at Dallas, San Francisco favored by 2.5. I'm taking San Francisco. I can't buy Dallas winning against anyone other than the Jets or Bengals or Jaguars.
I'm tempted here actually because the 49ers looked really bad like all game.
Though Dallas,
Um,
keep in mind, Dallas's defensive front is way worse than Washington's is. You guys have a disruptive defensive front.
Oh, unbelievably good.
Dallas has the opposite. So
I'm gonna take Dallas actually.
You're going to take Dallas. I'm going to take the 49ers because you're right.
But also, I feel like we skipped over Washington football team beating the 49ers a little too much.
okay, we
That
can
was a little disrespectful.
since we're still on the 49ers, we can go back.
You know what's
The 49ers,
back.
our defensive line is so good.
Chase Young single-handedly won you that game.
I mean, yes, he did.
but
Um,
yeah, a forced fumble and a fumble recovery and like 2 sacks, right?
Yeah, our defensive line is so good that it is going to be perennially the terror force that wins us the NFC East for the next 5 years.
I would love that. 5 years is a
It's
long time to keep a unit together though.
Defense,
It's so good.
offense is incredibly easy to carry over year to year because it's more skill than anything. Defense is very, very difficult to carry over year
Hard to keep the guys in the trenches there year by year.
because defense is definitely more fluky than offense, if that makes sense. Like turnovers are a fluky kind of stat. Like sacks are definitely kind of a fluky stat. Because look at Jacksonville 2017. Look at Chicago 2018. Look at New England.
Jacksonville could have won the Super Bowl in 2017.
Yeah.
They were like this close.
Okay, the things that they had though was like they had like look at their team and their team they had Ramsey who was young and good,
Who
and
was
then
their
they had a bunch
quarterback?
like, and then they had veterans.
Who was their quarterback? Was it?
Blake Bortles.
Like
It was Blake Bortles.
The thing is with like, I'm not discrediting Washington's defense at all. I'm just saying they're definitely going to be a very scary threat, at least in the immediate to 1 to 2 year future. But
You need more.
defense is a very, very difficult thing to carry over year for year. You see it with Jacksonville. You see it with Chicago in 2018, New England 2019. They all regress. It all the
Steelers have carried it over.
Yeah,
Steelers have carried it over.
but
I'm just saying that we have a young group like Montez Sweat, Darren Payne, Jonathan Allen.
Who's the one
and
who has the face mask
that's
that's coming down like this?
Oh, that's
I think they'll
Jonathan
all
Allen, I think.
That
It's
looks
so
like
cool.
straight out of the 70s. It's so cool.
What is
Jonathan Allen's face mask.
this? Oh
The
yeah, it's
bar coming down
yeah.
Very cool.
straight out of the 70s. It's so cool. But yeah, I definitely think you have a top 3 defensive front in football, only rivaled by really Pittsburgh and maybe Miami. Like, you guys are your defensive. I think you guys are going to be a problem hosting a playoff game.
Yeah.
If
It's
you
definitely going to be it's 100% going to be the Seahawks. The
Yeah.
way our luck has been over the past
Yeah,
10 years.
and Russell Wilson kind of like he does not do great under when pressured heavily. So our next game is Jets at Rams. Ready to hear the line?
Rams. Let's move. What's the line?
Someone without looking at the line, take a guess as to the line, unless you already saw it. Take a look at the line.
15.
17 and a half.
Oh, Susie, my dog just knocked over the light. It's okay. It's all right.
17 and a half.
Is that your guess, or did you look at it
That's my
already?
guess. That's my guess.
15.
17 and a half is the exact line.
He looked at it. He looked at it.
Yeah, there's no
I-
way
you can-
someone pulls 17 and a half.
Do you want me to screen share?
Yeah. You definitely X'd out of it. He's like, oh, I gotta. They're
Yeah,
good.
Do you want me to
it's
show
gonna
you my
take 10
history?
minutes
Like-
to screen share.
Show me undisable. Let me
not
screen
worth
share. Because you're mad. You're mad because bad because I guessed 17 and a half.
You definitely, there's no way. When you guessed 17 and a half, I was like, he looked at it. He absolutely looked
No,
at it.
I didn't look at I swear.
There's
I did not look at it.
There is no way that you guessed it. No way.
Aaron, do you want me to show you my computer history?
No.
Yeah, actually, yeah, go ahead.
All right.
Do we want to see that?
We're going to make you prove it.
All right. Share screen. Host disabled participant screen sharing.
Okay, let me see.
This is bad. This is bad TV right here.
This is terrible TV. I don't know if I could change it. You
You
know what?
definitely can.
I'll give you the benefit of the doubt because I don't know how
Here,
to
wait. I'll take a picture on my phone right now.
Oh my god.
this.
History.
There's no way.
Ooh,
Tom, are you buying this?
I don't even care anymore, to be honest.
Ready?
Yeah.
Wait, 1 second. Sorry. Getting back to Zoom.
I
It
legit.
is all Google Docs because I have not used my computer in a week.
Yeah, but look at the NFL scores there. You see the Jets and Rams right there.
Yeah, look at the NFL scores. They don't show the lines.
Really?
Yes, they don't show the lines. Click on the Google NFL games this week, and you can click on each game, and it does not say the lines
Interesting.
It's correct.
because I guessed 17 and a half.
All right.
Fair enough. 17 and a half is in fact the line. I say Rams
Rams.
more. I don't. Anyone who picks the Jets needs to see a doctor. Philadelphia, Arizona. Arizona favored by 6. I thought Jalen Hurts moved the ball with his legs okay, but I was very underwhelmed and underimpressed.
I
But-
don't think the Saints were ready for him, and I think the Cardinals will take notice and be more ready. And I think I said this earlier. It's like an interim coach gives you a boost, and I don't think it's gonna be. I don't think he's the long-term answer, and I don't think he's that good. So,
Yeah, I was still very unimpressed. I'm taking.
or sorry, Cardinals.
Yeah, I think Cardinal sweep.
Kansas City at New Orleans. Kansas City favored by 3.5 on the road. If this was, if Drew Brees
2 weeks ago.
yeah, this would be a lot more interesting. But
Taysom Hill just doesn't do it at all. Like I don't.
yeah,
Doesn't get me fired up.
uninspired.
Yeah, I mean, Chiefs likely to see. Yeah, I mean, Taysom Hill is likely to start this week.
Yep.
So
I mean, the Saints are in the playoffs, so there's no need to kill Drew Brees right now.
so I'm gonna take the Chiefs.
The Kansas City sweep. Possibly the worst flex to Sunday Night Football of all time. Browns at Giants.
I get the Browns. I don't get the Giants.
They did it when the Giants had just beaten Seattle.
Oh yeah.
So they
Uh,
gone on it. But yeah, I actually think I'd much rather watch this game than San Francisco Dallas.
Oh yeah.
They should have flexed Washington versus Seahawks.
They should have, but that would Seattle's like 5th Sunday night game, and I would have been. I think
Nobody wants to see the Washington football team on prime time.
People want to see that our front seven terrorize
I actually
Maybe.
think I would have liked to see out of all the games New England, Miami, but
Yeah.
No, people would want to see Saints Chiefs, especially if Breeze was playing,
yeah.
or
Yeah.
maybe. Yeah, that's really the only one on Sunday that would have any interest. I'm gonna go Browns. Browns showed they're a good team, I think.
I think the Browns defense is going to terrorize whoever the Giants throw back there at quarterback.
Colt McCoy,
Yeah,
I think.
it's going to be
It's
terrible.
either an injured Daniel Jones or Colt McCoy. And it's
And no Jason Garrett this week.
Freddie Kitchens' revenge game.
Freddie Kitchens' revenge
Well-
game. Freddie Kitchens will be calling plays this
Freddie
week.
Kitchens' revenge game only means revenge by the Browns against Freddie Kitchens. So definitely Browns.
Yeah, definitely Browns.
I think I've told you guys this, but my brother was there for the fourth down draw play against the Browns or against the Rams in Cleveland.
Was it 3rd and 9?
It was fourth and like 8 or something like that draw, and like everyone was like, "What?" Like that's still one of the worst play calls I've ever seen. Disgusting.
Oh, yeah.
In this last game, I don't even think we need to say it. Pittsburgh, Cincinnati, Pittsburgh favored by 12. Hopefully,
Boo. Who cares?
yeah. We got the Pittsburgh sweep. And that is
How do we feel about but we have one real conversation about the Steelers. How do we feel about Juju making TikToks about on the other teams' logos?
play with fire, you get burnt.
I mean, somebody.
Aaron, did you see the video of him dancing
Yes,
on
I
the
did.
Bills?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
And I was not happy about it. And I think, and did you see the video of Josh Allen saying, let them do all the effing dancing, let them do all the effing talking?
Okay. The video, like that stuff, I think somebody needs to do a what's his name? Like when was it when Jerry Rice tried to dance on the Cowboys logo?
Terrell Owens, yeah.
Terrell Owens danced on the Cowboys logo. Somebody like they've just got to have like the long snapper out there just ice Juju when he does his dance while the kickers are warming up. But also, I think Juju should keep doing it because the TikToks making fun of him after the games, the Steelers lose are so funny.
Like
it's just like
the crying one.
the girl like crying doing
The
the
girl like
TikTok.
dancing and she's crying while she's doing the TikTok, and it's so funny.
That girl
and
must
it-
want the Steelers to win so bad because otherwise she has to see herself everywhere for like a week afterwards.
I went and read I read the comments on his TikTok on the Bills logo, and they were flooded with Bills fans just ripping him for it, and it was awesome. And he was like, and he got all like defensive about it. He's like, I'm not going to change who I am. Like, I'm not going to stop doing it.
Hey,
like
it'd be weaker if he stopped, honestly. But I'm just
It would
surprised
be.
Tomlin. Like, I don't know how Tomlin lets that happen because he goes from having like
there's coach. Like Tomlin's not an authoritarian. He's not going to be like, hey, you stop that. If it was like,
I mean,
Belichick would be like, what is he doing? Like,
well, Belichick, it would never would have started with Belichick. But I still feel like Tomlin's one of the best coaches in the NFL, and we can have this discussion later. I think Mike Tomlin's really underrated because he's so good. But Mike Tomlin, I feel like at some point he's got to notice that this is taking more attention than the game and put a stop to it. But
Juju TikToks are out of hand.
Juju's
a little bit.
Headline: Juju TikTok dance is getting out of control. Out of control distraction. But I think like I understand the guy wanting to have some fun, but like he has to know that like in NFL like
This
lore,
is the no fun league, Aaron.
in NFL lore and NFL culture, that's a sign of disrespect dancing on someone's logo. Yeah, I think that's poor situational awareness.
Yeah.
If I've ever seen it. Because I mean, as a pro, you gotta know like that people are gonna get upset by that. If you were like doing it like in the end zone or whatever, like it wouldn't be that big of a deal.
Who cares about dancing in the end zone? But going to the midfield, like that's
Yeah.
yeah.
The logo is a no-go.
Yeah.
No go.
My parting shot of the week: if James Harden goes to the Nets, the league is broken.
That's just not true there. It wouldn't even win the championship. So
How could they afford that?
Doesn't matter. They can just go wherever they
afford
want.
three max
Doesn't matter.
players.
The
I
league
feel
is
like that would
broken.
be- I feel like that'd be disastrous because all three of the guys there, the stars there, being Kyrie, KD, and James Harden, they all are ball-centric players.
It
And
doesn't matter that it
I-
doesn't work. The
Yeah,
guys want to play
I'm-
it. The kids want to play on the same AAU team. It doesn't matter that they don't want to play. That it wouldn't work out.
KD, I mean, has proved that he can play off ball. Fine.
yeah, good point. But both
Just
players are
Kyrie.
actually
James Harden would be a terrible matchup.
both players or all three players are best when they have the ball in their hands. So, and I don't think we have any other topics to discuss.
No, I think we're out of time.
We will revisit the playoff machine next week.
All right.
Not this week because that would take forever. And
And we want to go to bed.
yeah, it's 8:40. We want to go to bed. All right. Thanks for tuning in, and we will see you guys next week.
See ya.